Hi Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. This is Wendy's Craft Room and I'm Wendy. Today is Flosstube number 9. It is Friday, July 10th, 2026, and I touched a lot of projects. Didn't do a lot of stitching on them, but a little on a lot. So I feel much better about my progress this time. I think doing the temperature stitching really helped, and I also started another 2 games, which I'll share with you later on. Yeah, but I'm coming to you from southwestern Ontario. It is very hot, very humid. Definitely summer. Went shopping today at Costco and the mall, so it was fun because it was nice and air conditioned. But then once you get back out into the air, it's like, oh, you get so tired. But anyway, had a good day with my daughter and my granddaughter, so that's nice. Okay, so let's get into some stitching. So first of all, I did temperature stitching this week, or the last couple weeks. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different projects. So I didn't do it every day, but I did get some done. So the first one that I worked on is, this is the bag from Garon Totem Bags. Very pretty peacock color themed. That's the inside of the bag. Nice. Okay, this pattern is called Light My Fire. It's by Ruby Slipper Needlework Designs. Cute, I love the smirk. I stitched on this once. I don't remember the fabric that I'm using. I don't think it's on here anywhere. It's an Ada. I don't know anymore. I'm using the called for Weeks Dye Works and Gentle Art threads, reds and oranges, very autumnal. And I did 54 stitches. So once again, I just carried on with this and some over here. It takes so long to stitch across all that. But some stitches is better than no stitches. It's coming along. Be excited to get more progress on it. I'm finding though that doing the temperature stitching, I think, okay, it's just 50 stitches, I can start that. And so I come in and do the first thing, and then I'm motivated to stitch more. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, the next project, it's in my little cross stitch U bag from Fat Quarter Shop. And this is Summer House Stitch Works, Tales from the Sea, Fragments in Time 2021. And this one is number 8. Once again, the card looks so little, but there's a lot of stitches in these. I'm using just DMC, not necessarily the called for, but similar colors. And I'm using 18 count Ada by Mystic Fabrics, and the colorway is called Brain Fog. And I stitched on this twice, and I got 119 stitches done. And that's where I'm at. I've just finished all around the shell-like texture. Yeah. I love the colors. So now all I have to do is some stitching, background stitching in here. Once again, looks like a lot of stitches. But the end is in sight. It's not that far off from a finish, I don't think. I'm excited to get that done. And once I get that done, I do have another one. This was number 7 in that series, and this is the lighthouse. Yeah. So I'll be anxious to start that. I did stitch that on a pillow that I made for my mom after my dad passed away. And I put that on one end of the pillow, and then I put my dad's date of birth and date of passing and name and everything on it. So she's got that. Okay, the next one, just in a little pouch bag that I made. This is Blooming Roots, a series by Stitching with the Housewives, and this is the May one, and it's called Daisy Drive. And I'm mostly just stitching on the street sign at this point. I have started to put some in this. If I had thread left over from here, then I would use it down here. Okay, I am stitching this on Ada that I got this in a kit from Crazy Annie's, and I'm using the Called For Classic Colorworks. And I am just about done the street sign. You guys just have more shading around the flower to do, and one leaf, and then I think Smyrna crosses in the centers of the flowers. Oh, yeah, and also the border at the bottom, just like the border at the top. Yeah, well, a little bit more than I thought. And for the house, yeah, I've just got part of the door and just part of the flowers. There we go. There we go. And that was just using up thread that was no more in the street sign. I'm really liking that. I told myself once I get one completely finished, then I'll order the pieces from, let me see, hopefully they'll still have them. Where did they come from? Custom house made by Paisley Sand Polka Dots.com. Yeah. Oh, and I got 69 stitches done on that. It was mostly the one flower. Okay. And this is in a little pouch that I got from a themed box from Black Needlework Society. It was a steampunk theme. So the Black Needle Society presents Steam Stitcher. If you can dream it, you can steam it. Cute. Okay. This I started as a kind of a scrap piece. If I have threads left over from other projects, I put them on the thread keep, and so I'm just doing this in scrappy colors. This is on fabric by Seraphim Fabrics, and it is 16 count Aida, and the color is called Eternal Flame. The pattern is by Long Dog Samplers, and it's called Plight of Fancy, and it's very colorful. I thought that would be a perfect one for scrappy threads. haven't tried any of their other charts. I'd like to someday. Like fish and chips, and you've got, I think, not only in the stitching you'll see a design, but you'll see in the stitches that aren't stitched a design emerge. Very clever. Okay, so this week I did 60 stitches, so I think that was just the, yeah, the M, and I think some of the L, yeah, and that's where it is now. There's the fabric. Lots of different colors in it. Okay, the last temperature stitching I did was just this morning, and I didn't finish it, so I only did 35 stitches before I went out. This is in another bag by Garon Toten Bags. It's Cardinals. Beautiful bag. There's the inside is like holly. This is a kit that I got. It's one of those stamped kits. The threads came already on a card. These threads are beautiful. They're very silky. I don't know what they are, but they're gorgeous. Really like working with those. I'm not sure what the name of this was, but I'm calling it Dreamcatcher. It's beautiful. There is a Dreamcatcher there, a lady, a fox, and 2 eagles, and some other greenery and whatnot. Beautiful, beautiful picture. And so yeah, like I said, I just did 35 stitches on this today. I think it was mostly in this area here. So far I have only stitched blues, shades of blue. Very pretty. So soft, I love that. So that was it for my temperature stitching this time. The next thing I stitched was a whip. I'm doing, these are just mesh bags I got from Temu. The fabric is Fox and Rabbit, 16 count Aida, and the colorway is called Faded Hippie, which I think is perfect for this. I'm using all the called for DMC colors, and see it's all oranges and greens and avocados and let's see. Printed. Oh, I did. Yeah, the last time I showed it, I didn't have a nice color, so I reprinted it. This is That 70s Kitchen by the Tiny Modernist. Love, love, love this. And let me see, what did I get done on this? Only did 50 stitches on this. And just more flowers. More of the flowers, yeah. But there's the fabric. Oh, it's blowing out there. Let me see. Oh, there, that's pretty good. It's pink and yellow. A little bit of maybe green or blue there. So pretty. Yeah. I love this fabric. There we go. Okay. And next I brought back out, this is also the Tiny Modernist. This is a series that was available through Crazy Annie's, and I've only received so far part 1, which is fine because I haven't finished it yet anyway. This is called The Stitch Life, and you'll see you get all 6 parts, and each letter in Stitch has a title. So this one is S for skein, so a skein of floss. Cute. And this I'm doing on 16 count Aida by Fox and Rabbit and Islamorada. I started this in May this year, and this week I did 236 stitches on it, or this time, and that's where I'm at. I finished the border, and I got that part of a stem for a flower, and this is part of the skein of floss. And I'm using the called for DMC threads. Sometimes when we order things from the States up here in Canada, it takes forever to come. I don't know why. Some things come really quickly, but I don't know. Some things don't. Okay. Another thing I did was, I think I've only done 37 stitches on it, but this is the Haid 2025 Sal. And I chose from Heaven and Earth Designs, and I chose Steampunk Portal. I just love the colors of it. And this is charted by Heaven and Earth and artwork by L&L Designs. So I think that's the people that do Heaven and Earth. Yeah, chart design by Michelle. And yeah, I think I've only got 37 stitches done. I'm at 1,453 stitches out of 28,324, and I think that total is only the part 1, and that is 5.13%. I'm doing this 1/1, I think it's 25 count easy grid, and 1/1 full cross. The next thing, I don't have a picture. I don't think there is a picture of the Sal, other than this will be the layout. This is the 2026 Stitch Along. It's called Crypto Adorable Stitch Along by Creatively Crafting on Facebook. And I'm using the called for DMC. And the fabric is Fox and Rabbit, 16 count Aida in the colorways Ancient Ruin. And I did just 34 stitches. So basically just the white in here. This is going to be Abominable Snowman or Yeti, I'm not sure. Yeah. So cute. I've got to get going on it so you can see how cute it is. But yeah, it's a free stitch along, free patterns. My biggest problem is remembering to download the pattern before they disappear. Okay. The next stitch along that I worked on was the Haid 2026 stitch along, and I am doing, I'll put a picture here of what it's going to look like. Just making a note to insert picture at 2033. So this week I got 205 stitches done on this, and I've managed to complete the second row of 10 by 10 columns. There's the top of it, of the first page. Yeah. I did, like I said, 205 stitches. So I'm at 3,411 out of 88,650. So that is 3.85%. Okay. The next thing I did, I don't think I wrote down how many stitches I did. Oh, I forgot. I've got pictures, all before pictures to share. I'll be putting those up. Okay, so this is the Peppermint Purple 2026 Sal. It's a black work design. I'm doing this with the called for DMC floss, and I'm using Fox and Rabbit 16 count Aida and the colorway Sandstone. And I believe I had this done the last time you saw it, so I've only done this one week. So yeah, these boxes that I have outlined would take me to the end of June, so that's how far behind I am. Now, I'm not sure if I included this in my games or not. If I didn't, I will, because that'll help me to get at it as well. Okay. So, you know, Jessie Marie Does Stuff on YouTube. She created a game for Big Brother to stitch along. So I just kind of adopted that theory for the Amazing Race Canada, which started this week. So far, I stitched on 2 projects resulting from the results of the first week. The first one, so basically, you assign a project to every team, and then you keep track of, let me see, what did I decide on? Yeah, so I assigned a project to every team, and then I assigned stitches for achievements in the game. So for example, if a team wins a Desjardins assist pass, then I will stitch 50 stitches on their project. If they use that pass, I will stitch 50 stitches on that project. There's also an express pass. They were all given an express pass the first night this year, and so if they use the express pass, I'm going to stitch 50 stitches on that project. And then for coming in first place at the end of every leg, I will stitch 75 on the project assigned to the team that came in first. I will stitch 50 on the team that came in last, and because some legs, it's a non-elimination leg, so I will still stitch 50 on it if they came in last. But if they are eliminated, if it's an elimination leg, then I will stitch 200 on it, because then that project will go away for the rest of the season. So for week 1, I've stitched on 2 projects and I have 2 more to go. So the projects that I stitched on, the first one, this was a free design on their website. This is by Primrose Cottage. It's called Spring Blessings. Little pillow. I don't know if it's every Friday. I don't think it's every Friday, but on Fridays they give out free. I don't know if it's once Friday a month or. So I'm using DMC threads, but not necessarily the called for, just similar colors that I had in my stash. And I'm using fabric, a 16 count Ada by Fabrics by Stephanie, and the colorway is called Frozen Fractals. And I was supposed to stitch 50 and I ended up stitching 62, so I finished the bottom and all this side. Yeah, very pretty design. Okay, I think my camera's full, so I think it cut off on me. Anyway, that's all the stitching I got done this week. And the other game, I am going to go back to Big Brother. I watched it last night. It was the first night. So I have assigned projects to all the players and decided what I'm going to stitch. But I didn't stitch any of the results yet. So next time I'll show you the results from that. Because it's on again tonight. I think last night was, I'll have to decide if I'm going to stitch anything for last night. They had sort of a competition for 3 groups, and one person out of each group who won the competition is safe for the week. So I think I will stitch maybe 25 stitches on their projects for winning that competition. And then of course there'll be head of household, nominated for eviction and evictions. And I don't know if there's any other things that'll come up. You never know what they're going to do. So we'll have to see as the season goes on what else I can stitch for that. Yeah, so that's all my stitching. My plans are just to stick with the temperature stitching and the games. Hopefully then I'll touch a lot of projects. And also try and make some headway on that Sal. I know there's no way I'll finish the 6 pages that you need by the end of the year to get the patterns, which is fine. Because God knows I wouldn't probably stitch any of them or, you know, get to them. Yeah, so that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Please do all the YouTubey things, like, subscribe. Yeah, I don't have any haul or anything either. Nope. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good YouTube stuff, Flosstube stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Happy stitching.